Psalm 23 is one of the most loved passages in the entire Bible, for thousands of years. These words have comforted people during moments of fear, uncertainty, and hardship. But what does Psalm 23 really mean, and how does it apply to our lives today? Let us begin by hearing the words of the psalm. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Psalm 23 was written by King David. Before David became a king, he was a shepherd who cared for sheep. Because of this, he used the image of a shepherd protecting and guiding his flock to explain how God cares for us. When David says, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want," he is reminding us that a shepherd protects, guides, and provides for his sheep. Sheep rely completely on their shepherd for safety and direction. In the same way, when we trust God to guide our lives, we do not need to live in constant fear about the future. Think about the moments when we worry about work, finances, or our family. Life often feels uncertain. But Psalm 23 reminds us that God is guiding our path even when we cannot see where the road leads. David then says, "He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters." Sheep only lie down when they feel safe. Green pastures represent provision, and quiet waters represent peace. This verse reminds us that God not only provides for our needs, but also gives peace and rest to our hearts. In today's world, life moves quickly. Responsibilities, work, and stress can leave us feeling exhausted. Psalm 23 reminds us that God invites us to find rest and peace in Him. David continues, "He restores my soul." Life can leave people feeling emotionally drained or spiritually empty. But this verse reminds us that God has the power to renew our strength and restore our inner peace. Sometimes we experience disappointment, failure, or loss. But restoration is always possible when we place our trust in God. Then David says something very powerful. "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me." Notice that David does not say we will avoid difficult valleys. Instead, he says we will walk through them. This means that hardships are part of life, but we are never alone during those moments. Whether someone is facing illness, grief, or uncertainty, Psalm 23 reminds us that fear does not have to control our lives because God walks beside us. David also says, "Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." A shepherd's rod protects the sheep from danger. The staff gently guides them when they wander away. This represents both God's protection and His guidance in our lives. Sometimes life redirects us away from paths that could harm us. What may feel like a setback can sometimes be guidance toward a better direction. David then says, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies." This verse symbolizes God's provision and blessing, even when challenges surround us. It reminds us that our problems do not limit God's ability to provide for us. Next, David says, "My cup overflows." This represents abundance and gratitude. When we begin to focus on what we have instead of what we lack, we start to see the many blessings already present in our lives. Finally, David ends the psalm by saying, "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever." This is a powerful declaration of faith. It reminds us that God's goodness and mercy remain with us throughout our entire journey in life. Psalm 23 teaches us that God is our guide, our protector, our provider, and our source of peace. Even when life feels uncertain, we are never walking alone. Thank you for watching. Follow Choirs of Heaven for more Bible stories and messages of faith.